week, beginning the 13th of May, getting started on the project. And you'll notice there's 3 lectures on the trot, just to get you started, just to talk to me. The idea is that I try and finish a little bit early so you can ask me questions, but I'm not doing very well today. Then I'm going to stop it for a couple of weeks. There's resit exams. Some of you may have resits. You'll know about it before long. Some of you may have resit exams, and I don't want to obviously clash with any of those. But also, I just don't like grabbing all the students and bringing them onto the campus unnecessarily, all in one go, because we disturb the examinations that are going on the campus. We try to keep the place quiet for examinations. So there'll be nothing during examinations weeks. And for the 4th of July, I just couldn't get a room. There is no room available on campus because we have all the students from schools coming in that week, and the place is like it's going to be very crowded. Don't even try and park that week. 4th of July. It's actually the 5th of July, the busiest day. So if you're planning to meet anyone on campus, try to avoid the 5th of July. You'll won't get parked, and it'll just be busy. Okay? And then after that, I tried to get a few more sessions in. The titles may change a little bit according to what I've detected needed. And of course, I'll have seen a little bit of your work by then, so I should know a little bit more. And that should get you up to the mid-project report, and then you really should be set. And then I've stopped them. I know there are some people with childcare arrangements, including me, and schools break up about here, so I've laid off a little bit. There's a nice long gap. And then I'll meet you again, and I might add to this, I might add 1 or 2, but you'll have at least one session with me, maybe another one, before we get to final reporting. Okay? We'll see how it's going. So watch the space for announcements, but they'll always be here on a Tuesday when they're on. Okay? This room's actually booked right up until this week here, but I'll cancel the bookings as I see fit. So there's a rough idea of what the lectures are. After I've got your project proposals, I'll try and get your tutor confirmed. Some of you already have a half a hint in who you're going to get. I might be able to tell a few more people who they're going to get, but I won't actually confirm them until I've got everybody in. I don't know what they're doing, but it will start trickling out. You will get to know who your tutors are. But that's my deadline, is that week, beginning of 13th of June, is to make sure by the end of that week everybody's got their tutor. And there will occasionally be reading materials, which we will recommend. I've already recommended 1 book. There is 1 book also on the reading list, but I'll come back to that later in the module. I will set some exercises in the early weeks, which seems a bit rich. You've got a lot to do, and you're setting me more exercises. But the exercises are designed to help you with the project work, particularly the proposal in the first few weeks, and then helping you write your report later. And I'll also make sure that you don't just get instructions of what to submit, but you actually get some guidance notes on what to submit. Because I'm not going to be able to talk to you every week, and I certainly can't tutor you individually. It's unfortunate. I mean, some people have already emailed me, and I know that I've got a few emails I haven't answered, and I'm sorry, I can't keep up with them at the minute. I came back off sick, and I had over 3,000 unread emails. It's a disaster. So I am trying to sort of plough through things and pick out the ones I need. You can always knock on the door, but I will try and write down, and if I get asked the same question 3 or 4 times, I'll either stick it in the discussion area or I'll actually prepare a document to guide you through that. Okay. I already get asked quite a few questions about supervisors. So let's start with that one. And whoever asks me about can you choose your own supervisor, the answer is no. But it's not quite as straightforward as that. If you have a particular desire to be with a supervisor, you are free to tell me, and I will try and take that into account. Now, I can't, obviously. The way it works is staff are given a budget, if you like. You're going to have 6 students to look after this summer, so I can't give them 28. So if they're full, and I have to give you somebody else. But where I can, I will take it into account. And some of you have already made tentative arrangements with some people. Can I do your project? And can I have you as a supervisor? And they've told me what they want to do. Sometimes the supervisors tell me that they want a particular student, and I have to do it the other way around. There is lots of favouritism going on. I will ignore that, but I will try and take into account your own requirements. And there might be other things like, I'm a part-time student for some reason that can only come in on a and I need a supervisor that's available that day. Now that's really difficult for me to answer because I don't know when the supervisors are available. But at least I'll know if I'm giving it to a part-time member of staff that I know doesn't work on a Thursday and Friday. That's not going to work if you can only come in on a Thursday and Friday. So just tell me what it is and I'll do my best. But I can't make promises because there is a limited way of solving the problem of matching all the students to all the staff. You can't have all the nice ones. Somebody has to have the horrible supervisors. So, right, your supervisor will typically see you for about 15 minutes each week. That's what they're expected to do. So it's very short. They give you some guidance. There are variances. Sometimes supervisors will group you all together. If they've got 6, they'll see all 6 of you together for an hour and a half. And sort of treat it like a class, so you can listen in on each other's conversations. Others, they only do it by email because that's what the student wants to do. So there are variances. But the budget for the staff, like if they're resources, they're expected to spend about 15 minutes a week with you. And to be honest, if it's a well-planned session, that's enough. Some will say, oh, I'll see you for 30 minutes every 2 weeks. I think that's a bit long, myself, the gap between the 2 weeks. But there are variances, but that's the starting position, and most tutors will expect you to see you every week. One thing to watch out for is because you're doing a summer project, and the summer is the quietest time for academic staff because all the undergraduates get time off, so the place goes quieter. They might take some leave. You have my permission to ask them about their intentions of when they're going to be taking leave. Probably in your first session, say, okay, this is when we're going to meet. When are you going on holiday? Because you need to plan around that. Some tutors will say, during those weeks I'm contactable by email. Some tutors actually plan their leave between the meetings, so that you see them on a Tuesday. They'll go on holiday Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they'll be back by the following Tuesday. Mad, but that's what they do. And because they obviously think it's really important that they see you every single week. But do talk to them. It just needs planning. You're half the equation. Obviously we've already covered that you need about 40 hours a week. Can I ask you to avoid taking leave, or I'm just going back home, I work there syndrome? I know lots of students, particularly overseas students, want to go back to their home country. And it is very tempting, but there is quite a strong correlation between students who go back away from the university and who do terribly badly in the project. So I can only say, given my experience of teaching here for 20 years, please try and avoid taking extended times to go back home, wherever that might be, or taking out leave. Now some of you may have to take leave. I do know this. There might be a wedding, or there might be some family that need taking on holiday for a week, or something, okay? But if you do take some leave, then what I ask you to do is to talk this through with your tutor. Don't just disappear. Talk it through. You're going to have to work before you go, after you go, and maybe take some work with you. It just needs managing, okay? And you're going to have to adjust your schedule. If you want my advice, you don't do it, take your leave in September. But as I said, I am aware that for some people that's just difficult. Okay? So just do that one. The one thing you must do is could you please keep in touch with your tutor so they know where you are and what you are doing. We will kick people off if they're not here, but more to the point, even if you just turn up and say I've done nothing, we can have a discussion about how to make it sure you don't do nothing again the next week. It's better than not showing. I know students get embarrassed by sometimes I've done nothing in the last week. We'll have a conversation about why that is. If it's something that's not likely to be repeated, then maybe that's okay, we'll recover somehow and you come up with a recovery strategy. If it's something that's going to be there again, that same problem the following week and the week after, maybe we need to start looking about when you're handing in your project and when you get your MSc. It could be serious. We need to adjust. Or it could be something that we have to change about your life in order to get your MSc. But if you don't keep in touch with your tutor, you can't really help at all. And I will ask tutors if I think, hang on, somebody's not swiped their card. Do you remember to be swiping the cards? God didn't want to open that door. I get these little reports saying students not swiping, and I think, where are they? I'll ask the tutor. The tutor doesn't know. We think it's gone. Okay? So do try and keep in touch. And try and keep up, because recovery is impossible at this pace. It's not 10 hours a week, it's 40 hours a week. It's a huge amount of work not to do. So let me just illustrate this by giving you what to do this week. Could you get that textbook for me? And read the, I was going to say the first 4 chapters. It's 1, 2, 3 and 5. We'll come back to 4 next week. Of the set textbook. All these slides are on the study net, by the way, just in case you want them. I want you to attempt all the action points at the end of the first chapter, which will help you decide what kind of project you are really doing. Okay? I know it's quite strange. We have a particular flavour of project. You have to get it right. So it's worth putting in the effort to try and think about what your kind of project is. Okay? And we'll try and make sure you've got that right. Then I want you to choose a topic area in your spare time. You're going to spend most of your first week reading a bit and thinking a lot and doing little. That's fine, okay? It's mostly thought that we need at the beginning. So think about your topic area. And to make sure you know what you're doing with your topic area, the second action point in 2.7 and the first one in 3.7 will help you refine what topic area you've got. So you know what kind of project and you know what topic area is for your first week. And then I'd quite like you to start work on that detailed project proposal. That briefing will be up on StudyNet soon. It's not there yet. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. And I need you to plan your literature review. Got your subject area, what do you know about it? Chances are not enough. So we're going to have a little literature review, involve lots of reading later on. And then as part of that, the action points in 5.9. So what I'm actually doing is taking bits of the book, saying, well, skip that bit, go to that bit, and that's what my job is, okay? If you do that, it will help. Because part of your detailed project proposal is your literature review plans. Now, don't take these as gospel, because somebody else has reviewed the project proposal. It's not gone up because it is a bit long. I'm of the view I can write long things quicker than I can write short things, because I'm hopeless at summarising, as you can tell by the amount of time I'm taking today. Right, so, but someone else says students will be scared witless if you have big numbers against these numbers of words. So I'll find the right numbers, but roughly speaking, we like something to do with the academic background of the subject. So you're going to need to know what topic area you're in. We need to know what you think you're going to have a go at doing, project goals. We want to know what you're going to do to try and achieve those. We want a task analysis and an outline plan. I will explain what these mean later. And a statement of the resource requirements for your proposed projects. In other words, what software do you need, what hardware do you need, and have we got it? Because if we haven't got it, we'd like to know now and say, don't do that. Okay? Because we can't afford that. Now, against all of these headings, what I will do is, once I've finalised the numbers, it's roughly, I mean, to me that was about 6 pages, but it's probably needs to be a bit shorter. I'll try and shorten it down a bit. What I'll do is I'll give you some guidance notes as to how to prepare each of these, and I'll publish them on StudyNet. We can talk about it next week. But I'll actually give you some guidance notes on each of those headings. So some of this is related to the actions in that book. So if you've done that, you'll be ready for that. Okay? So the two should come out together. This book's actually quite nicely fits with what we're doing. So it talks about how to look at the subject area in one of the actions, and that will form the basis of your academic background in the subject area. Ta-da! Okay, it's all done. So if you're following my little suggestion of action points, this should be easy. But I will continue to do that. I've just started you off. I've got you about halfway through the week, I think, with that little list. I've probably given you about 25 hours of work already. I'll give you a little bit more to prepare for that, and this has to be finished by 10 days' time. Okay, so the second part of my 5-day plan, 5-day plan you've already got, this will be the second 5 days, we'll be finishing this off. But if you've done the work for the first 5 days, you'll be fine. Okay, so this is how it kind of works. I give you exercises that's supposed to help you with doing what you do, and I'll try and make sure you keep it relevant. Any questions? Before we go.
Are the project suggestions that listed on StudyNet?
Project
suggestions.
Yeah, there are some suggestions up on StudyNet. They're creeping on there. I'll put them up.
Are any of them part of one of the projects?
No. No, they're just ideas. Anything else? Yeah.
I asked you an email and I asked you again, is it possible to start the project here and then
the tutor.
recommended, though.
It's not recommended because you do tend to get more distracted. But talk it through with the tutor. It partly depends on you. The problem is you'll have to come back to the project demonstration. Okay.
So being here till the end of June is recommended.
Being
Being here till the end of June is recommended.
Yeah. I mean, what some students do is they time their visits at the same time as their supervisors on leave.